Hello guys, it's me, Red David Dinosaur, and today with this review of the latest update of the Crew 2 called the Contractors, or the Contractor, I don't know how it is, but just first impressions, not the best, it could be better, because they could do better. Just see the basically the latest one before the Contractor, the Speed Coast Tour. It was a really decent one. I really enjoyed that one, but let's go further. Let's justify better and see how why this update and these motor passes is flawed. And I'm talking about that. We're gonna basically divide the whole update in three subtopics: cars, the mode itself, and the motor pass, because those are the three core components that make that make the update, enticing and make you kind of come back in some way. So let's start with the chorus. Uh, for everything impressions matter. Pretty much the crew 2 missed the memo here. The cars are really, really boring to say the least. They are not enticing at all. Sure, there is a small niche of people that really like the old school American cars, like the Chevy 3100, the Cadillac DeVille, and and a lot of people also wanted the Ford Crown Victoria, but they are not that great to say. It's just, they are, at least what they could do is at least add something that actually was more intended for engagement, to actually create more hype, in just in case. Sure, you have the Ford Crown Victoria, but you can at least add another vehicle that you can just, make it more like that, make people go and say, yeah, I'm gonna uh, update my game and play a little. That vehicle, of course, could be the McLaren or many other vehicles that are in the files, but they didn't. They just basically stuck in the idea of giving limos and old cars that, at this point the street race is quite bloated. It's gonna be, I see it with as the basically the dumpster where any car just gets in, and that's not how it should work. But that's basically when it comes to the cars. Sure, there is all the cars are not released. They clearly said that they gonna come more cars in the when the update uh, just goes in these 2 months. And sure, this formula works for games like GTA Online. Rockstar does that. They usually just drift fed cars just to keep the engagement in. But in the Crew 2, is because sure, and also that applies to GTA. Like the games are old, but at least on GTA, the game is still popular. Is still up there. But this is just uh, this game is only in, and I'm gonna be honest with you here. This game is only popular on PlayStation because there is nothing else that actually can give the Forza Horizon experience, or even at least, and this comes for the cars, and I forgot to talk about it. The limousines doesn't have any interiors on the back. So what I'm saying is, in the limousines, when you go in, because the game lets you, check the interior and all this stuff, you can see that the limousines, they have the back end hidden. Like the whole back has, the windows are like super tinted, like 100% tinted. And if you go inside, the back is covered with a wall to call it away. That is basically just to give privacy to the people and all that in limousines. But if you put your camera in photo mode, and photo mode let you, go back, just basically explore uh, far beyond, the walls and all that, you can see clearly that there is no interior at all. It's basically a shell with nothing in it, and it's a pretty mediocre way of Ivory Tower doing things. And but at this point you aren't surprised. That's how they work. When it comes to the cars, at least grabs more attention than a Crown Victoria, but that's what it is when it comes to the cars. Let's move to the mode itself. The mode that was released is basically public transportation and services. When it comes to that, it's taxis, limousines, well, that's more private, and basically mail, to call it that way. It could be better. Imagine the GTA taxi missions, the ones you did on GTA 5 and San Andreas and Vice City. It's like that, but in this game is far worse. What I found surprising, a game that an update that was you think was made in end of the 2020 or starting on 2021 is that mediocre. Like at least give some, at least give some modeling or to some NPCs that are just getting in your vehicle, in the back of your vehicle. At least give some realism to that. But there is none of it. It as much you have is basically you stop. You have what you got. A short and medium and a long and very long uh, distance. You pick your car, and according to the car you are getting, you have a taxi mission or a limousine mission or a mail mission, and that's what you have. And just to say is also there is no difficulty on it. So again, it's pretty flawed. I see it as mediocre as best. It kinda scares me because I saw the second what is gonna be the season, well, episode 2, and it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same mechanic, but with probably it's gonna be rally raid and rallycross, as what it happened to the police update, to call it that way. It was that. So that's what it happens. Also, something to note on this mode that is also in free roam. That means traffic is activated, and you know how bad traffic is on this game. Is really really bad. So you're gonna have some frustration up there, and it's not gonna be because it's challenging. No, it's not. It's actually pretty damn easy, but it's because it's the traffic, and the traffic in this game is absolutely insane and bad. And as I noted, difficulty doesn't exist. What they call difficulty is in the distances: short, medium, long, and very long. Uh, I will, and even if you do like, and that comes to limousine and taxi missions, that you get like this little bonus if you come up in time. It's still pretty easy, even when it comes to traffic. Sure, traffic is, as I said, is frustrating, but doesn't add any difficulty at all. It's just a matter of paying attention, and that's it. But at least give some, at least good. Again, the experience overall of the mode is pretty bad, and I don't see that it's gonna change in the long run. You know how Ivory Tower works, and they barely touch things when it comes to the core, the core update. When it comes just giving at least some animations to NPCs to getting in your car. Well, let's move to the last point. The motor pass itself. The motor pass itself, it feels like a cash grab. Usually, when it comes to motor passes, and that comes to most of the old ones, you actually have something to look forward to. Like, for example, a really cool looking car or a really fast car, because in the Crew 2, those two things can mix together. Well, sometimes they do, and that's a surprise. But you sometimes have this goal that is like, hey, this really cool car in level 49. On this, There is no cool car at all. It's basically a reskinned Chevy 3100, the Rocket Company edition. It's basically a mailing truck. It's not that great. Again, this comes back to one of the uh, to one of the latest motor passes that have include the Ford Focus, but at least I can give the Ford Focus a pass because it looks good. You know, it looks like a Pikes Peak car. On this, it's just like an old school mailing truck. But again, I tested the 3100, and it's not a great pickup truck. Sure, it's old. Sure, looks good, but it's still a low pickup truck, and I don't see many people just going out and just going for it and say, yeah, I want that old mail truck. So it could be better. Like again, could be like the Mueller Bacalar motor pass. That was a really good one because you have a unique vehicle to look forward to, and just to get it, it was just to complete the motor pass. It was perfect, you know. It was a really good one. And in this, but this time it's just a mailing truck, and that's what it got. Also to note, to point that out, there is like a this car that doesn't fit on anything. What I think is maybe it's a resigned Summit vehicle that just got scrapped and it just get in there because they don't have anything else to put. Is the Alfa Romeo. I don't know why that Alfa Romeo is there. It doesn't fit on anything. It doesn't make any sense if you see it in all the cases because it's just it, it's not a service vehicle as this update is. Usually, when it comes to motor passes, you have these themed vehicles, but this car doesn't is not themed on anything, and you have this really and it looks like a summit vehicle that got scrapped, and the whole thing is not exciting to grind. I usually, when it comes to motor passes, I was looking forward to grind them because I wanted to have the latest car to test and back then to make reviews and all that. But and this time it's not. It's just again the mailing truck is not that great. You can do better in Ivory Tower, and that's what it comes to. The motor pass, pointless cars, pointless vanities, and there is nothing to look forward to. So if you see this and if you're considering to buy the motor pass, I will say you are not missing anything. You can get the mailing truck anyways if you're a free motor pass owner, so you can just go and just do the weekly seasonals and all that. And even then, I don't see the point to even do the dailies because there is nothing else. The mode is boring and is not engaging. So I don't see the point that you should come back and play those modes when it's not even that good. Well, and this is basically the end. I'm gonna give the rating to the whole update. It's gonna be divided in two: update and motor pass. So let's start with the update with all what we talked and I discussed. The update has a three out of 10. Really bad. At least they have the idea is there. The idea could be better. It's an is quite I really like the idea of giving like public services and transportation or private when it comes to limos. At least give that idea that it could be more exciting in a racing game like the Crew 2. But the how it was made of is just bad. It's terrible and it's just it could be better. It's a 3 out of 10, and I gave it just for the idea because the whole update is, completely mediocre for me. And the Motor Pass is a 2 out of 10, complete cash grab. I will say, just a straightforward, complete cash grab. There is nothing else there is nothing to look forward. There is a lot of trash vanities, and this pointless Alfa Romeo that doesn't make any sense, that looks like it was put there because there is no car to put on level 33, And sure, they saved up the funky HUP one for the summit, so they were like, oh wow, what we should do? We can put the mail truck on level 33 because there is not gonna be a level 49 cars that the car that people is gonna look forward to. So someone was like, yeah, put this scrap Alfa Romeo I did for a live summit, but that the directors didn't want it there, so put it there in the motor pass. So and they say, yeah, great idea. So yeah, pretty bad motor pass. Don't buy it. So yeah, thank you very much. That's what I think of the whole update. Tell me, what do you think in the comments right below? Do you think I'm right? Or do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I miss anything? Just let me know in the comment section. Consider subscribe. I do the Crew 2 contents, especially Live Summit news, and especially when it comes to leaks, news, and all that. Anything that comes on this game, I covered it up. So, and I also stream sometimes, rarely to call it that way, because I rarely stream nowadays. Usually we just hang out in YouTube, have a good time, or we play some old school games. Sometimes I will stream. Sometimes I will stream the Crew too. Who knows? So yeah, thank you very much, guys, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.